Welcome back to Chapter 8, Hands. Talking about our hands this week. I'm Annie Downs. This is From Head to Foot. You hopefully have been reading this book and are not just coming in at Chapter 8, though. I don't care. You can read Chapter 8. If that's the only chapter you read, I don't care. For starters, I'm going to show you my hands because I know I talk about in the chapter how I don't like my hands. They're just kind of sausagey. They are just kind of sausagey. I mean, it's not terrible. It just bothers me. But my nails are painted. Well, this one's got a problem, but my nails are painted, but my hands are kind of sausagey. They're just kind of sausagey. The other week when I ran / walked a half marathon, and my hands got really sausagey, and I wanted to take a picture because I thought, this is what I've been thinking it looked like, but obviously not. So there are my hands, sausagey, no big deal. Remember we talked about from the beginning that we don't have to like be in love with all of ourselves. We just have to recognize that God made us a certain way, and that's okay. And we've got to learn to love who we are. So I'm still learning to love my hands, my little sausagey fingers. It's okay, it's not a big deal, it's just my hands. So this chapter is all about how you can use your hands to glorify God. And there's 3 ways we talked about. We talked about worship, loving touch, and serving people. And I feel like those are 3, I feel like your hands are something that people talk a lot about, like serving other people with your hands. I feel like this is kind of the chapter that is like the hands and the feet. The 2 things, the 2 things that people are used to seeing others glorify God with. When I think about people who are serving with their hands, I think about people building Habitat for Humanity homes, or caring for orphans, or cooking meals at homeless shelters, doing all these things that require you to have hands. And then I also think about just the fact that, like the loving touch section, I think that could be something that you really have to talk to your group about. Like, everyone's experience with touch hasn't been loving. And I think this is, my sister and I used to fight a lot. And she would probably tell you that sometimes I punched her. And we would hit each other. And that is not loving touch. And then there's also a lot more things that are not loving that can happen to you. And leaders, I encourage you to be available to your girls to talk about that. So, I love the hands chapter. I think it's great for your group to talk about how you can serve people, and for your groups to talk about what does worship look like at our church, and what does worship look like for me personally. One of my really close friends loves to put on worship music and dance in her room. And I've obviously never seen her do it because it's something she does on her own. But, I'm sure there's some hand waving and some moving around, there's personal worship time too, just like David had. And so I think that that's all things for you to talk about this week as you're meeting together. So I hope you're enjoying the book. You're over halfway done. Chapter 8, we go all the way to chapter 12. Also in chapter 8, hold on, wait a second. I talk a little bit about the Mocha Club, which is a nonprofit that I am a part of that does relief work in Africa. And so I encourage you to check out the Mocha Club. It's a way you can serve. It is themochaclub.org. And I'll just link right here so you can see. And remember, I love hearing from you guys. I love seeing pictures of your groups that are meeting. You can upload those to my Facebook page, facebook.com/AnnieBlogs. And go ahead and put some pictures there. Tell me how your group's doing. Tell me what chapter you're on. And I'm super excited. I love hearing from you guys. This whole thing exists because of you and for you. So I want to hear from you. Hope you're doing great. Next week we will talk about the stomach. That one wears me out to even think about making that video. I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to wait. That's a hard chapter for me. So I wonder if that's a hard chapter for you too. But we will talk about it. It is still how God made us and how we can glorify Him. So maybe we'll look at some foods. I don't know. But have a great